Hi, I wanted to talk about my inspiration for this project. So I wanted to be able to upcycle something from my house, and I was thinking about what I might use, and I thought, what do I have a lot of that I don't have a need for? And the answer is junk mail. I have this giant basket full of junk mail that I want to get rid of. My goal is to turn this basket of paper into something to wear and also make my basket nice and neat again. Okay, so my thought is to use the junk mail as a base for paper mache and use that to make some kind of accessory. I was researching and I found this recipe for paper mache that's got 5 stars. The reviews are really good, so I think this is what I'm going to use. I was also trying to figure out what kind of accessory to make since paper mache is going to be a little more fragile. I think what I'm gonna do is make a hat, mostly because a hat isn't gonna have any pressure applied to it. All it's gonna do is sit on my head. So I went and looked at different types of hats on the internet, and I think what I'm gonna do is go for a bucket hat. Mostly because the top of a bucket hat is flat, and I think this is gonna be one of the easier shapes to make with paper mache, especially because I'm no expert and I don't want to overcomplicate it and have it look terrible.
So first thing I did was measure the circumference of my head. I'm going to get the diameter in order to find the right mold size. So doing that, I applied all the mathematics I remember from school, and I went ahead and put that into an online calculator. So we can see here that the diameter is going to be about 7 inches. From there, I found a bucket that matched just about that size. So this is what I'm going to use for the paper mache. Here I am mixing up the paper mache recipe. It had to boil and then cool down for a while, and while that was happening, I decided to start cutting up some of the junk mail that I'm going to use. So all I'm doing is just cutting this up into strips. Now I'm just going to dip the strips of junk mail into the paper mache mixture and then form that over the bucket in order to create the top of the hat shape. I'm going to do a few layers just so it's pretty sturdy. And that's what it looked like when it was done, and I'm just going to let this dry. After a few hours, it had dried, and I'm trying it on just to see if it fits. Now I'm going to cut the edges off because it's a little rough looking. Then what I did is put the hat on a wider bowl in order to make the shape of the rim. I also decided to use tinfoil this time because getting the hat off the plastic after the first time was really difficult. And obviously it worked a lot better this time, and here it is all dried. Okay, I'm gonna try it on, and yes, this is a hat only a mother could love. So I decided I'm going to paint the hat blue. I mixed together blue and white to make a really pretty sky blue. And then I'm just gonna paint all the way around the hat. I did end up having to use 2 coats of this because you could still see some of the words underneath, and it ended up turning out pretty well. And then I wanted to use a complementary color scheme and add some rhythm in there. So I'm going to put some flowers, if you could call them that, all around the hat just to make a cute little pattern. And here it is all finished. I really like how it turned out. The hat did end up looking a little more top hat than I would have liked. Next time, I probably would use more of a rounded top, but it's okay. So, my creative process overall involved a lot of solving problems as I went. However, I learned that having a plan right from the beginning really did help to smooth out a lot of issues that could have happened but didn't. And of course, there's a lot of things I learned this time around that I would apply the next time I tried to do something similar to this. And then here's my bibliography, and thank you so much for watching my presentation. I hope you liked it.